Last time on Ring's Bullshit Power, cause you 100% forgot this show existed until I brought it up out of the fucking ashes of the dumpster fire that was that show 2 years ago. But now they want to bring it back cause we all know it is going to be even more awful than the last one.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Exhibit A.
The bleeding fools missed us! Got him! Got him!
I swear, this show's writers consulted with the guys in Monty Python for their action scenes because they're so damn goofy.
5 minutes later.
There's a tempest in me.
Are you serious right now?
Now stand aside, worthy adversary.
'Tis but a scratch.
I don't like where this is going.
Stop! Stop!
And now, Exhibit B.
Of course, we need to add a fucking Balrog near the end of the episode, because of course, this episode, sorry, not movie, is aimed at just cashing in on the nostalgia of the original movie normie fans, which they even know this show is so fucking shit, they have to resort to the lowest common denominator, which is showing the Balrog wake up for a split second before it's an appointed time in the year 1980 of the Third Age. And you know what? I'm not even including this shit in the lore breaks section because it's so fucking stupid and obvious.
Exhibit C.
Yeah. I promise you he's gonna look at the camera and he's gonna say something along the lines of, I go by many names.
I've been awake since before the breaking of the first silence. In that time, I've had many names.
I'll say your shit! But wait! There's more!
Will you tell them that Sauron lives because of you? But you have died because of me!
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Crazy ass bitch!
Oh, thank God.
Emotional damage!
Good riddance to bad rubbish.
I'm President Rathcock, and I approve this message.
Give him a little kiss on the cheek.
I think I'll have to put some after. Okay, hold on, wait. I'm not okay with it.
Ew, you licked it. Who licked somebody's face?
That's me.
She just licked his face.
That's okay.
You're getting cut.
Him. I mean, let's be real.
Oh, that's nasty.
There's a man named Destiny, streaming games so endlessly. Trump derangement all the way, every hour, every day. Wife's out with other men, he's in chat again and again. Online life is such a mess, but he says it's for the best. He's a cook and he loves it. In the game though he don't fit. Massive loser in the screen, but his life ain't what it seems. Typing fury in the chat, comment wars like a diplomat. Keyboard warrior all night long, but his wife's got her own song. Oh Destiny, can't you see? Online life's your enemy, but you love it, can't deny. Living life streaming a lie. He's a cook and he loves it. In the game though he don't fit. Massive loser in the screen, but his life ain't what it seems.
I'm in a poly relationship. The reason why I'm in a poly relationship is because I don't give a fuck if my girlfriend goes and fucks another guy, because I know she's coming back to me at the end of the night. Because we love each other. Because I'm a cool fucking person. I know that.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. I don't give a fuck.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Let's do this. Leroy Dragons!
Maybe that's what she means. She expects dancing.
I'm going viral on Twitter again. Open up the news. Some interesting things. 20 million views. Interview from 2015 with Trevor the King. When I was the
Colin Kaepernick and Cole wants his hair back.
the story, you know the one. Oh, do you smell like a black boy? My people cried in the theaters. Find it releasing. My people cried they could see us as human beings. Trevor asked what I want. The people.
You're not a human being, woman. You're a piece of living cringe.
This motherfucker don't miss. That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good. God damn it! You can't make this shit up! You need to shut the fuck up!
I'm President Rathcock, and I approve this message.
What's up, everyone? I'm glad some of you were able to make it here. I know it was very quickly announced, but either way, welcome to the Tangent King podcast, where all kinds of insanity always run abound, because, of course, it's me, and then we got Dobby the house elf, and, of course, the most wanted cardboard king of Britain, Ryan Rotarathi. Oh, man, we got quite a bit to talk about, gentlemen, but before that, please, let's introduce you guys real quick. Let's actually start with Ryan this time, because it's always Dobby who starts. Go ahead, sir.
Well, hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Great to see you all watching. Welcome to the last episode of the Tangent King podcast.
For now.
Because Dragonslayer Commentaries has gotten a promotion. He is now chief prostitute of his district. And now
Motherfucker.
He's going to get lots of money pimping himself out. But it was very interesting to see Destiny say that he doesn't give a fuck, especially with hindsight, given the fact that he's divorcing Melina, who is a lovely lady, apart from the fact that she can't stop getting fucked. He may not give a fuck, but she most certainly does love giving fucks.
That's the weirdest way of saying it. Oh, she's a lovely lady, but God, she can't stop fucking other men.
Yeah, she can't stop getting fucked. But yeah, that's like 90% European perfection, but the final 10% of European values is just, yeah. But it is great to be here. Hopefully we have a good talk about several topics of the day, and now I will let Dobby, the cancer patient who goes to the kids section to get clothes, speak his mind.
Thank you, Professor Robotnik.
Do you, Dobby, 5 foot tall, 100 pounds, do you like children's clothes?
At least I'm not well.
Answer the fucking question.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Dragonslayer Commentaries.
So that's a yes.
Podcast with Captain Robotnik over here. We got a dragon over there. And for any of the police that are currently watching us in the UK, I'm not British.
Neither am I, so y'all can get fucked. Sorry, Ryan, I can't say, you can't say this shit, but I can.
It's good to be here. Hopefully we're going to have a good old-fashioned talk. We're going to rip the shit out of things and basically just have fun. So, yeah.
So I'm saying yes to
what's with the, how do you respond to this slander, sir?
What the fuck, Brian?
I mean, you're 5 foot tall, you weigh 100 pounds. I think young teenagers weigh more than you in the USA. So answer the question.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Do you buy children's
No,
clothes?
you great big dork. It doesn't.
You say great fish gawk?
So what size are your clothes? Like extra?
Yeah,
Oh.
we're going to have this pervert discussion.
Bread.
If you want to find out, I'm on OnlyFans.
Oh my God, no, that's insane. But gentlemen, I do want to actually get us started on. We got quite a bit of topics, surprisingly, for this week. Mostly in the TV and movie show space. I just now read Arc. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, good one there, girly. But I will say this. Yeah, we're going to be talking real quick about just our thoughts on technically the last episode of the second season of House of the Dragon. You know, the reason why I say that is because, let's be honest here. Yeah, well, the two prior to that were...
Quickly, I can't...
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, yeah, it was shit.
Dude, they were teasing... Dude, they were like egging people on so hard. Like, oh no, keep watching. It'll be so good. I'm telling you, that finale is going to be so amazing. You're going to have a great time. And then you watch it, and then you're like, it was not worth me wasting 2 hours of my time watching the two other episodes. Like, at all. I've never felt insulted of somebody wasting my time that much. And
like having a debate with Destiny. You think it's going to be a great talk, and then it turns into a waste of fucking time.
Exactly. It's the same comparison. Actually, it's a very perfect comparison. And, you know, at the end of the day, please, like, I want to hear what your thoughts are on this first before I go on a tangent. Let's start with Dobby this time because Ryan went first.
I think they basically just ran out of ideas. That they're like, how can we end this? How can we do like justice? Oh yeah, we'll just end it. That's what I got. Like when I was watching it, I'm like, really? Is this where we're going? It's just meh. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolute. I mean, that's how it was.
It was just. I mean, there's not much to say. It was bland. It was kind of like, oh shit, this is the end. Okay, well, guess I'll see you next season. Bye.
Yeah. No, especially if you watch the behind the scenes of that episode, because believe it or not, that like with Game of Thrones, HBO were so full of themselves still to this day that this is like the most magnificent show they've ever made. And in the behind the scenes bits that they created, they go, oh, you guys are gonna have a awesome time of this. Like, this is gonna be the greatest thing ever. Y'all are serious, man. You're gonna it's gonna be worth it. You're gonna see all this character development. And then in my head, I'm like, you could have probably done the character development considerably faster. Like, I'm sure we needed context, but not that much context.
Well, this is from the same people who were so wise and so logical that they changed the name of their company from the thing that made them who they are to something no one's ever heard of. From HBO to Max.
You're right, to Max. Shit, it's like... I find it funny that they call themselves Max. It's like... But what do you want me to...
It's like if Mercedes changed their name to just Benz.
Yeah, see, that's me right there. This is my reaction. This is actually a perfect depiction of how I felt.
You in 20 years, damn.
Motherfucker. Yeah, and if you get burnt by dragon fire...
That's chemotherapy right there.
Medieval chemotherapy? Oh, Jesus. But no, dude, I mean...
At least I don't live in a prison state.
Yeah, I mean, that is...
At least I don't have cancer.
Not yet, you don't, but keep it that on.
That's like the pot calling the kettle black at this point. What the fuck is going on? But no, guys, seriously, Ryan, I want to hear what were your takes on this specific episode, or like, did you expect? Were you surprised at all at how they ended this show on such a?
It's entirely predictable, because I've always tried to say when we review.
Yes, we draw the juice out of this shit because there's barely any.
As we review, each episode one by one until Dragon's schedule went the way of the fucking dodo. But as I have said in all the other reviews of this show in this particular season, it's entirely predictable because of what its source is. And its source is a very small amount of material from a much smaller set of books, or from a single book, when compared to Game of Thrones and all the source material that it was inspired by. No wonder this ended on a whimper, because they want to save all the best bits for the third season so that they can stretch out the franchise and then have big battles then to draw people in. Season 2, especially in the middle and the end, was nothing more than glorified filler to make up for the fact that there's not enough source material to take inspiration from. That's why the first third or first half of this season was either okay or good, because it actually had solid source material behind it.
Yeah, no, I have to agree on that.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, the first part was kind of, they're kind of creating the world, they're building up everything, and then we're just left with, okay, that was a stupid ending, but okay.
Yeah, no, I mean that's how I think most people felt. Like I won't be surprised, I swear to you, that you'll be seeing people making posts or videos going like, "Oh my god, this is the worst thing ever!" Like, I can't believe they really trick people into watching glorified filler. Because let's be honest here, I don't think. Okay, so with Game of Thrones, we always know there was gonna be, at least back when they still had material to work on, we knew there was gonna be quite a bit of filler. But the filler always felt like it was moving the plot forward at the proper pace, and that something was going to always be happening. But here, it's like, oh, don't worry. Oh, something's going to happen. It's going to happen. Just wait.
They dedicated an entire episode to a funeral.
Yes, they did.
It's one of those
Game of Thrones meets Joe Biden's upcoming funeral.
I mean, it's true.
It's like the worst thing you could ever do in television, right? Is to just have these filler episodes where nothing happens, because you lose your viewers. They're not coming back to watch the next episode. If you like sitting there for like 40 minutes or something, plus adverts and all of this, and nothing happens. This is why when like people like us, we review this, what are we going to lie? We're going to say, oh yeah, great, we had shit happen. No, we're going to say this episode was crap. Nothing happened.
Absolutely.
You want
nothing.
a great episode for a starting show? You know, main character gets elected as president, goes through all the different positions of cabinet to get everything done. The first few weeks are great, and then the cliffhanger is you go to the main reception hall, you know, to celebrate the new president, and one of the MPs gets fucking assassinated, and it causes a big fucking scandal, big, you know, furore, a state of emergency, and that's a great thing to be a cliffhanger for the next episode, which is keeping down the crisis.
And just before the British police come after us, I'm in America, he's in Wales. You ain't touching this.
Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Well, hold on, guys. We got a super chat from Linux for $2. Lizard of Linux Lane. Where the hell is that Italian coach guy?
Been arrested for breaking
he
the
is
UK's
out there.
Online Safety Act.
Yeah.
Well, you can do that.
Stuff.
He posted that brown people couldn't be British on Facebook, and they got him.
Yeah, and the police swatted him. It was all over the news here. Strange Italian sex god want to be arrested for breaking.
German celebrity actor turned right-wing extremist gets arrested for hate speech violations.
Well, I will say this. We wish it was that dramatic, even though we know Coach can probably pull it off. But unfortunately, no.
Oh my.
The more realistic answer is sometimes there's these chains that Amanda's deal with called the wife, and that is what it is.
Yeah, the media interview.
He's married. I'm amazed.
He is. He's been married for a while.
The interviewer interviews Alejandro, and they can't understand a word she says. But it's good to see Hypnotic. I hope you're doing well. We're blitzing through. We're blitzing through HOTD. And hopefully we will quickly move on.
No, we definitely will, because like honestly, I with this show, like after that last episode, I genuinely stopped giving a fuck. Like I really did. I don't really care about it anymore. Like all the story development to give me the longest filler season I think I've ever watched. Like, I thought Rings of Power is a filler obsession was beyond insane, because like I don't know if you guys were there, but to give you some background, also, hey Masked Ho, how you doing? So with Rings of Power, the main complaint that people had back in the day, by that I mean 2 years ago, was that up until the 6th episode, they were doing insane amounts of ridiculously long and pointless filler episodes. Okay? And because of that, people were complaining, okay, well, when is this fucking plot gonna kick in? We know for the few of us that were still reviewing it, and the few that somehow like the show, they're like, when are we gonna get some action, something? And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, don't worry, episode 6 will be it. Then the 6th episode hits, they do this action, and then it was the most dumb fucking action scene I've ever seen in my life, mind you. But I will say this, right? At least I got good views off of it. Because God's sake, I lost a lot of brain cells that day. It took me a while to get them all back. But Jesus fucking Christ, it was terrible. But
I personally think that 10.5 minutes is a solid enough for a timestamp.
No, you're right.
This section.
You are so right. So you know what? Real quick, let's give our ratings. I'll start. After seeing the final episode, this second season I give it a 4.5. Because it was so underwhelming, it doesn't deserve anything higher than that. Ryan?
I'd give it a 4.2 out of 10. Started well, and it kept going downhill. It wasn't a U shape, folks. Start off good, right in the middle, then end well. It was like a stair lift going downwards, or whatever you call those fucking things that automatically send you up and down stairs.
An escalator?
An escalator?
Yeah, it's an escalator of death.
Oh, yeah, that's accurate. Okay, Dobby.
My friend, Queen Victoria, I am not amused. I'm giving this 3.8.
Well, there you go.
I was just
God.
Underwhelmed. I was like, yes.
Vampires in arms, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, so, okay, you gave it a 4.2, right? I gave it a 4.5, and Dobby gave it a 8? Is that right? Okay. Now, we combine that, and we do a little division here. Our average review score of that entire season is exactly a 4.2 out of 10. Meaning, guys, they fucked up very hard. And now, with that, we are actually going to move on to something I think more interesting and polarizing.
If you divide Dobby by 2, you've got the size of 2 small children.
Oh my God.
50 pounds.
Sorry, you asked for it.
Imagine weighing 2 6-year-olds, Dobby.
Oh my God.
At least I'm not your weight and heart attack prone.
Well,
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I'd rather have a heart attack than terminal cancer.
Oh my God.
But at least I don't live in a prison state.
Bless you, Lizard, as well. Clearly, you guys are awesome.
I'd rather be unemployed forever than to be paid to watch people their houses, okay?
Hey, I don't mind. Keeps me busy.
Oh, nothing is better than little Kenneth Copeland narcissism. But guys, now we are going to get to, I think, one of the most hot button topics. Yes, I know that's how I do my bloopers. You know, the
hot buttocks.
No. Okay, I am a Latino. Big booty Latinas are my thing. But anyway, that's not part of the point here. But we are going to talk about a very hot topic issue that, no surprise to anyone, it's now exploding all over the internet because, again, corporate narcissism is one hell of a fucking drug.
Is it the Lilo and Stitch teaser that has Stitch saying the N-word?
No. What?
I've never even
I'm not even...
What the fuck? What?
I can share that right now.
No, what
Jesus.
the fuck, Ryan?
Yeah.
Oh,
Disney
goodness.
shared a teaser for the live action Lilo and Stitch. I'll go and get it now and show you guys.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, Brett, You're so...
Share my
I don't know who
screen
does
right
that.
now, Dragon.
All right, go ahead. Show it, sir. Come on, let me see.
I want to turn the porn off.
Dirty bastard, dumb. Okay,
There
here
you
it
go.
is. Here it is.
I'll
Disney.
turn on the volume real quick.
This isn't fake, folks. This is real.
No, you cannot be fucking serious.
From Walt Disney Studios, ladies and
Oh
gentlemen.
my god. No.
Yep.
No, this is fucking... No, you cannot be serious, Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
This is... No, please scroll up. This cannot be their account
No,
that's posted this.
I'll press it.
No.
Yep.
No.
Experiment 626 has entered the chat. The live action hashtag Lilo and Stitch is coming only to theaters in summer 2025.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
No.
Live action replay.
Huh?
La Krista!
Wait.
It's
I've
like
never...
he says it. It's like when he says it afterwards, he sort of is happy and then claps himself and leaves.
Jesus. My god, I was not expecting it to be that sound that stupid. Oh my god.
It's the new look to Disney. We're going to get ghetto vision.
Oh, look, I will say this. Everyone could probably agree with me on this. There are some things that should not be put into this kind of CGI. I'm sorry. Like, Lilo and Stitch should have just been left alone. Or if you really wanted to do it, like, you could have done what they did with X-Men 97 and just made a similar version to it. But that would have required more effort, I guess, or less effort. I'm not quite sure.
You see the dwarves in Snow White.
Oh, I've seen teasers of it. They look horrible. As usual, you know, they look like they came out of an inbreeding program, you know.
And there's one wearing a dress.
Well, since when did Disney become so based?
How
did that get through development without just one person saying, "What did he just?" It just proves Disney doesn't hire black people.
Oh my god. No, seriously. For all of you that don't have it, like, just get the physical disc of the original movie. It's if you don't want to buy Disney Plus, just get the physical disc and save yourselves a headache, because that's considerably 10 times better than this shit. But
I was waiting for Renée Zellweger to start singing "Hey ho, hey ho,
Hey ho."
it's off work I go."
But gentlemen, we're gonna be now discussing this interview. As some of you may not be aware of, Rings of Power Season 2 comes out on August 29th, and I think to Amazon's deluded madness, I think they're thinking of releasing 3 episodes in one go. Yep, see that? Do it again, sir, please, with more intensity, because I need to... Yep, there you go. Come on, Davi. Come on. I know you want to rant.
Don't do that too often, Dobby. You might break the bone.
Yeah.
I've got to review 3 fucking episodes.
Yeah.
No!
I know. Me too.
Fuck all.
I'll do it. I mean, I'm insane.
I'll just take timestamps and turn them into videos. So
yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna.
Hey, everyone, Ryan has offered to watch all of the next season of Rings of Power, so we don't have to. So go check out his channel. He's got you covered.
I didn't watch a fucking
goodness.
Acolyte. Still make tons of review episodes on it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, hey, it is what it is. But shit, it's gonna be pretty
What I
rough.
have to say is that it's a shit episode full of crap characters that doesn't stay true to the nature of insert franchise here, and everyone will fucking agree with me, and we'll get viewership and likes from it.
And
Again and again and
Rob,
again and 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 again.
What?
Literally the same thing all over again. I could make the same statement for each episode of Rings of Power, each episode of The Acolyte. They would be correct because they're all shit.
Oh no, they are very bad. I just think Rings of Power is
in a class of its own because of the extremes that this one went to. Like, by the way, people in the audience, I did make videos on every single episode. I was kind of insane at the time, very angry.
You still are insane.
Yeah, I was. I really went into some extreme detail about the plot and how it just breaks everything into smithereens, because I'm like a huge Tolkien fan, if you weren't aware of it yet.
Only dragons, so I mean...
Yeah, exactly. And so the inspiration for this model, for this avatar, came from a literal concept art picture from The Hobbit of Smaug. So that's, if you've ever wondered, that is where it came from. But
I just thought that was your natural look when you were at home.
No, this is a...
Does anyone else find it ironic he calls himself Dragonslayer, but he's a dragon?
I know. It's called blending in with the enemy, you know?
Being a fucking furry.
Oh, fuck you.
But we still love him.
Oh, goodness. No, oh, God. It's like that fucking Brazilian from yesterday.
Oh, my gosh. It looks like 3 people at
Dragon, Dragon, why haven't you disliked this already?
Because I wanted to react to it first before disliking. I was going to do it automatically.
Well,
but...
you could watch a second of it, then dislike.
I wanted this to be genuine, so
What's the best thing about this interview? Everyone's white. That's about it.
Oh no, it's a black one here. It's called black ones. But let me show you guys. Let me just show you this, because it'll take us a while to react to this because how stupid some of it will be. But this is from Entertainment Weekly.
We love buffering. We love it. We fucking love it.
Celebrimbor creates
Yes.
beautiful things instead of
I do. Yes,
slaying
yes. He
trolls.
doesn't go around. There's not much slaying.
No.
Celebrimbor.
He does slay in a certain
No
way.
fucking shit.
He does slay.
We're the cast of The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of
hell.
Power.
And we are here to tell you all the details of season 1 to start watching season 2.
Right, off you go. She's going to recap it all.
Can I please mention the fact that this is... my guess is these are going to be the most cringe.
What are they wearing?
I don't... Okay, so let me explain to you what... No, I'll explain to both of you what it is, right?
Jesus, what?
The concept that these narcissistic motherfuckers at Amazon were going for is basically we're gonna create these clothes that are of like that have a mix of modern and Middle Earth themes, and we're gonna make sure like they align with each of the characters depending on their race and role and whatever, right? So
There
obviously,
be no black people
I
in
know.
Tolkien's work because.
At least not Numenori. At least not a Numenorian royalty. No.
Based, super based, Dobby.
Call me racist, UK. I don't give a fuck because you guys seem to film these episodes in the UK anyway.
Oh my
But
gosh, we got like the token diversity.
I mean, what?
I'm Muslim
They could be
now.
wearing bunny ears.
I'm Muslim now. I can do whatever I want.
Oh goodness! But look, I will say this, right? So basically, they're doing like this weird, stupid theme to like sort of point out their characters, but it turns out to be it makes them look silly. But they say it's fashion.
Oh my
So with
God,
that,
it's like
I'm gonna.
Jesus is sitting next to female
Jesus?
Jesus is sitting next to Captain Gay Pants wearing a bloody suit. He's a stripper.
Dobby, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna. I'm the one fucking saying this. Dobby, I'm not going to take fashion lessons from you.
Oh Jesus!
I
See,
mean,
that's
Dragonslayer could literally wear nothing and look more fashionable than me and Dobby.
That's because
well,
I
that's
don't
fair.
do fashion. I'm very happy, thank you.
Oh
Not
my
that big.
God! Well, gentlemen, I want to show you guys the remainders interview because I think it's going to get even more fucking stupid. So let's just endure for at least I don't know a minute or let's endure a minute. It's gonna be
Your
hard. But
time starts now.
now.
In one breath, right now.
Warning, there will be spoilers.
This is previously on The Rings of Power.
Season 1.
Where are we?
We're in Middle Earth, Tolkien's Middle Earth, in the Second Age.
The Lord of the Rings books and movies are in the Third Age. There is a
Come on,
First
clip, Brian.
Age, but we're not in that age.
Edit this. This is
No
gonna
shit.
get confusing.
We're making it more confusing. Right before our show begins, the first age of Middle Earth culminated in a massive battle, which
The only good
forever
thing about
changed
that
the
first
world that we
episode.
live in.
Many, many elves died.
And the show picks up in season 1 with many characters believing that the evil is gone forever.
We both play elves.
We do.
And
I'll just pretend like I'm not here.
elves are very serious.
They live forever, for a start. You can't beat that.
The elves were a bit more messy before the Third Age. They're more reckless, they're more divided, and they're less kind of peaceful and chill. And at the moment, they're really scared because evil is rising.
Oh no, not evil.
Not evil.
This guy over here.
Oh, wait a minute. Perfect time to stop. Evil that, again, you let go based off the show. Or did we all forget about that all of a sudden?
Oh no, I didn't forget. I was hoping that I'd never have to remember the shit show that it was season 1.
Well, see, that's the problem here, sir. They don't want us to forget ever again, and they just want to make it unbearable for everybody because, again, remember, it's like I said in my review of the last episode ages ago, this woman's character has been designed so that she is responsible for not only the deaths to come, but thousands more, and then even more in the Third Age, because guess what? Sauron's still alive in the Third Age. So she's responsible for future mass genocides. This is amazing.
My kind of person.
I know, right? Genocidal Galadriel. Oh, God.
To quote Team Fortress 2, women.
Tiger blood.
Oh, no, not tiger blood.
Just women.
Shout the season, man.
Really, they made her so
Yeah,
stupid.
it's very ironic that those kinds of people are usually the best at dealing with women.
It's even... I know I'm going to mention this before we continue, but the creators are not only teasing the fact that they want to, like, reignite the bad boy romance that Galadriel tried to have with Sauron bro over here. Yes, I call him Sauron bro because I don't take him seriously.
You mean blonde? Hey, check out my wig, and he is most definitely gay. Sauron? Yeah.
I call him Sauron bro.
Where's Sauron Gupta gone?
Sauron Guptagon, I think the idea is that they're gonna put him in a like a flashback scene of the first stage where, like, I guess Sauron's original form?
Transformers, Sauron Guptagon, Transformers.
Dude, I am telling you, like, if they do that, I'm gonna laugh so hard because it's like, y'all are being so fucking racist. Like, Sauron went from Indian to a white man. Like, y'all race swapped him in your show.
Transform and roll out.
For real.
Now he's gonna be Muslim, and he's gonna come on the screen. He's gonna be like, "I'm Sauron, Ali Akbar, whatever it is."
Ali
Akbar. You do realize a lot of Muslims live in the U.S., Darby.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And I dare say even a Muslim kid could do you in. Like an 8-year-old.
Oh, Lord. But no, dudes, like, seriously. And also, not only are they trying to plan to rekindle the romance, but some person, and I have the link to the SDCC last minute question somebody made, but honestly, well, all the guy asked is some random gay dude saying, "Hey, will there be any queer representation for us?" And then the producers are like, maybe there already was. And then I'm like, fucking hell.
Yes, on the tip of my sword.
Yeah. You know what's gonna happen? Okay, I'm gonna predict this. Maybe I'll be wrong, but it's gonna be either gay orcs or lesbian, or those two new elf characters that they introduced that are Amazon originals. It's the Asian archer lady that shows her being full of arrows like Boromir in the trailer. Okay, which I assume she's gonna die. And some random elf smith lady that works with Celebrimbor, because of course we can't have Celebrimbor by himself because fuck you, I guess. You know, he's a man, so he needs to help a woman and everything because he got fucking fooled by Sauron. Like, dude, how do y'all create Celebrimbor in your image and the motherfucker couldn't come up? He's supposed to be the greatest. No. He's supposed to be the greatest smith of Middle Earth at this time, and this guy didn't know that the simple solution to creating these rings, or to make sure mithril was in perfect alignment with the rest of the metals, is to mix it with other alloys. A master jeweler does not fucking know that.
Yeah, but you're missing one important thing. If he had been a woman, he would have gotten it. But you see, men are not allowed to be smart in any of the recent more TV shows because men.
Yeah, exactly. No, all the male characters are stupid, and even worse, most likely the Asian elf and this random white lady elf that they introduced are gonna be the lesbian couple that everybody's talking about.
I'm sorry, there's something funny about an Asian elf.
No, see,
yeah,
it
the
really
Asian
wasn't.
elf betrays them for a bag of
Bro,
rice.
I swear to you, it's an Asian elf. I will look it up right now. But
Asia's a pretty big continent, Dragon. Are we talking about the kind of Asian that would blow you up, or the kind of Asian that would shit in your river, or the kind of Asian that would...
The one that serves you fried rice, okay? That one, okay? There, easy identifier, all right? Yeah, so that's what they're doing. But while I'm searching for the cast pictures, let's just resume this dumpster fire. It's going to be probably...
I hope you get struck for this.
Oh, I don't care. It's a live stream. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they can't strike live streams.
Yeah, well... They won't, because it's an interview.
Halfwoods are the ancestors of the hobbits. First Halfwoods we meet, Nori, Poppy, Largo, and Marigold, Sadek. Everything's seemingly going well in season 1 in the Halfwood kind of world. And then the stranger literally falls from the sky. Nori then tumbles into this crater, and that is the catalyst for what happens next.
So Gladriel is an elf. She's actually one of the older elves in Middle-earth, older than the moon. This is a Gladriel thousands of years before the Gladriel that we all know and love, the Lady of Lothlorien.
Bullshit.
She's been on a quest to try and rid Middle-earth of this final kind of speck of evil from her greatest foe, Sauron. It's personal between Gladriel and Sauron because her brother was one of the elves that was killed. She has the dagger of her brother still, which...
No, she does not, you dumb idiot. Your character, according to the show, donated her dagger in order to create the 3 elven rings of power before the other 16 rings were made.
Yes, but look, you see, that you have to suspend disbelief and common fucking sense.
From my perspective, I just think you two hate women.
What?
What?
Yeah.
No.
I think you both hate women, so you don't like the show.
Bro, I love women, but you know what's the fucking crazy thing? They keep hiring the worst ones to play these goddamn characters.
You're a bloody, hobbit. Why are you going near flame when you have hair on your feet? Because hair, oh Jesus.
Because the Hobbit is a strong, independent woman, Darby.
You know what's even more insane? I said this back in the day, and I'll say it now. It amazes me how butt ugly they made the Hobbit lady look like when she was in character. Like, they really made her look severely uglier.
That's how she normally looked.
Bro, it was fucked up. But I just thought it was insane in general.
From my perspective, this show is clearly a great success because it got a second season, which will no doubt be a great success, which will lead to a third season, and so on and so forth. I mean, so much money has been put into this fantastic project. It's got so much female representation. It's got so much diversity. The lore, of course, we all know it doesn't matter. So long as it entertains
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Oh my, clearly the cries of a bigoted misogynist who doesn't value a strong female lead.
Yep.
All right, so let me get this straight. Main central woman of nondescript looks, because you can't say a white woman anymore, remembers that she's got a dagger and now she's got a big hard-on for killing Sauron that she could have killed in the...
Yep. See, it's all
That's
connected.
exactly what a hateful misogynist would say, Dobby.
She had
You
a
hate
chance
strong
to
women.
kill him before, and she's like, "Oh, well,
Killing
I can't
people is
kill you
wrong,
right now."
Dobby. She did the right thing.
She let a mass murderer go free.
Don't worry, I'll kill you in the next season.
Dude.
See you next time. Bye.
Oh, by the way, I should let y'all know. So, you know the guy who played God. So you know the guy named Ciaran Hinds, the guy who played the leader of the Wildlings in Game of Thrones. Well, he's gonna be in the second season. No, he's seriously gonna be. I don't know what the hell they're gonna put him in because they don't ever say what role they're gonna put them in. But he'll probably be. Oh god, he'll probably make him a Numenorian politician or some orc, or he'll voice something. I already know this. Like it's not gonna be. It's gonna be something like that. Okay.
Sauron convinces Numenorians to support MAGA, and it destroys them.
Oh, that'll be amazing. But you know what, guys? Let's keep going. This is so fucking stupid.
She's made of gold and silver from the Elven realm, which is Valinor. That's kind of her last physical connection to this world before Sauron kind of ravaged her happiness.
And then
That sounds
Why did she?
very, very talking.
Yes,
Bellatrix on a quest to avenge her brother. While on this quest, she ends up washed onto a raft where she meets Halbrand, an unassuming mortal man.
Wait a moment. No, she doesn't wash up there. She willingly throws herself off the boat, and halfway swimming back to Middle Earth, she encounters a bunch of shipwrecked people, including, conveniently, Sauron, bro. Let's not forget this. Y'all keep forgetting your stupid fucking context because you know you guys had terrible writing plot.
Wouldn't she freeze to fucking death because the water would be cold?
Oh no, it'll be
You have to if
in
you
the
weren't
middle of the
such-
ocean. Yes.
If you weren't such a bigoted misogynist, Dobby, you would know that seawater cannot freeze.
No, to Galadriel, seawater is like a nice hot sauna. She does not suffer any illness. I mean, she is an elf, but like, you know what's crazy? I'm in the lore. Elves are described as being basically like superhuman, but the thing is, even their superhuman abilities have limits. And this right here, it goes, you know what? Fuck you to the moon. That's all I can say about that.
I like your British.
It's a good bloke. Yeah.
And they find themselves in Numenor.
1960s America.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Renard.
Numenor.
Tap that R.
Numenor.
Fuck you.
One of the questions one is asked is, are the Numenorians human? The short answer is yes. The longer answer is...
I think humans, but with an asterisk.
We've got a bit of elf in us, right? And
No.
Not even fucking close.
Okay. His quick history lesson for y'all. Numenorians are basically the descendants of a group of 3 human tribes that helped out the elves in the first stage during the time when Sauron's master, the big bad Satan dude, was defeated, okay? And as a reward, the gods or the Valar granted them refuge in an island that was lifted up from the sea, which is Numenor. Henceforth, they became known as Numenorians, and their first king was Elrond's twin brother, Elros, who decided to become a human, or he chose the path of men. But because
He
of...
transitioned to a human. From
Well,
elf.
he was half elf to begin with, like Elrond, so it wasn't really a transition. But either way, yeah. Well,
It's like Amazon are interviewing a bunch of coaches, and they're just trying to bamboozle us with bullshit.
they are. They love bamboozling people.
And Sauron's master is Melkor. I happen to know that because
I know.
I'm a true Lord of the Rings fan, unlike these two who are just pretenders.
I'm sorry, Melkor, who later becomes known as Morgoth. There, is that better? Oh, he went in search for the flame of Anor, but in the void for millennia, and then came back and found out that you cannot best God. There we go. Oh, and he also decided to go all heavy metal in Disruption when they try to create the world by singing. Yeah, well, again...
I think like Dan Bask in Lord of the Rings. And
Basically. And even better, right? These Numenorians are human. They just live considerably longer because that's the reward that their ancestors and their lineages were given because they were the few human people that actually helped out the good guys during a time where most of the human tribes sided with Melkor and his minions, including Sauron, one of his most powerful lieutenants. Anyway, we're going to keep going with this shit.
It kind of looked like the Bee Gees got back together.
Except one of them...
Dobby, you'd make a good live-action version of Gollum. Oh, we need you to be more Gollum-like. Turn up the chemo.
Wait a minute. No. God damn it. No.
Don't make me send Alyssa McCante after you.
Dobby, precious, chemo uppers.
Now you're making me want to... oh my God. I am so sorry.
People.
I am so sorry, Dobby, but like, now that Ryan makes it clear, I mean, just look at it.
Type in Smeagol instead of Gollum because Smeagol looks just like Dobby.
Oh, well, that would be Andy Serkis, so he looks like Andy Serkis.
and you could play a hobbit, Dobby. You're only 5 foot.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Dobby, but like it's too realistic. Oh, for fuck's sake.
At least they don't look like a remnant from the 1970s serial killer lineup.
You'd probably be killed if you were.
Hey, Dempsey. Oh man, dude. This is gonna be insane, but oh no. Let's keep this shit going. I don't know what else to tell you.
I'd build a time machine, chuck Dobby into the 1920s, and then he can be in The Greatest Showman.
Fucking hell.
Background.
Humans that live for a very, very long time.
So how old are you? I think I meant to be like 80.
Oh, I'm at least 156. So
y'all aren't even supposed to be alive.
Doesn't really get old.
Yeah.
Just looks fantastic and then dies. Numenor is an island. I happen to be the captain of the ship, Elendil, and I...
Sorry, I have to say this,
Why
but...
is he wearing a bra?
No, he's wearing cardboard armor. We made this clear back in the early days of SNH. These guys are not Numenorians. They're cardboard Norians, okay? They
so
are...
Ryan knows all about that then.
Yes, they are Ryan's ancient kinsmen, okay? They traveled all the way from Wales to Middle Earth, and... oh, wait.
It's a good film.
Look at him, right, and you look at Ryan.
Yeah.
He's got the same mustache, the same beard.
Yeah.
Less hair.
Less hairline, though, yeah. But
less the stomach.
Wait, so Tolkien wrote Middle Earth to be like to be like the fairy tale version of a very ancient Earth. So actually, these are the ancient Welshmen cardboard ancestors of Ryan.
I discover Galadriel in the water with a very rough and ready man called Halbrand, and I save them. But once I pick up Galadriel and Halbrand, a very rough and ready character, he hasn't shaved for a long time.
Rough and ready.
There was problems. There's almost a fight immediately with that guy.
Rough and ready, darling.
A real attitude.
It's a big deal to see any elf on our shores, and certainly Galadriel is not just any old elf.
Well, she's old, because she's been around for many
young elf, but she's
Okay, wait. First off, Numenor did not start to become racist towards elves until like near the end of the Second Age. Like we're talking about at least the age between 2600 to 2800 Second Age timeline in years.
Was this before or after their island fucking sank?
This was was right before. So in the timeline of the second season, based off the lore anyway, these Numenorian people should not even be alive. It should be literally the elves. Numenor has a few settlements in the far coasts of Middle Earth, but they're not that much involved in the mainland.
I have an idea.
Yeah, what?
I have a great idea. So season 2 is going to be a big ass wet dream that Galadriel has. Then at the end, she wakes up and she's still in the water and she goes, "Fuck this shit," and the show ends.
Yes. Literally, it's just that.
It's a great way to explain why Numenorians don't like elves would be, oh, I don't know, they sunk your fucking island.
I mean, it would be that, but they eventually just started hating them because they live longer. That's the funniest part of it all, right? So, but that was like near the end.
Is that why blacks hate us, Dragon?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Because
even
we
fucking
live
know.
on average 20 years longer than them.
Oh, goodness. Hold on. Nah,
you do know
dude.
why they don't live that long? Because they can't keep their trousers pulled up and they fall over them and get injured.
Oh, my God.
If only.
But no,
I've been
dude.
spending too long with Ryan.
Way too long. Let's keep going.
She's a revered elf, and she brings forth a proposition to Old Queenie. That's me.
Sauron was once your people's enemy, as much as mine.
More like do
I call on you to finish the task left undone.
During her quest to try and find where this Sauron's hiding, she discovers a sigil, and luckily finds herself in Numenor, which has this extensive library of all the history of Middle-earth. And there she discovers that this isn't a sigil, it's a map. And it's a map to show where the evil will rise again.
She says there's a dark force coming towards the Southland. She feels that evil is rising again, and we need to go and save the people of the
come
Southland.
fight with me, essentially. Fight
Yeah.
by my side. Bring your Numenorian armies, and let us stamp out evil together.
And we say, no way. Well, I don't say
Yeah.
no way. She says no way, and I do what I'm told. We do decide that she needs to leave the island, and we send her on a ship. But just at that moment, the wind blows,
Oh yeah.
and the leaves come off Nimloth, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
The white tree of
The white
Nimloth.
tree of
Can we wait? Hold on. Let's finish the Numenorian part.
Nimloth.
It's a sign. It's
a sign. We cannot let Galadriel
Yeah, we have
go.
a
We need to
black
follow
leader.
her
Shed all
path.
our
Things are pretty
leaves.
bad in the Southlands. Orcs have kind of...
Okay, so Dobby, I know you want to say something.
It's
Come on.
pronounced Southland. I literally created a story called Tales of the Southland, and technically Mordor is not in the south, it's in the southeast.
East. Yeah, it's literally in the east. Hence the emphasis on Sauron fled to the far east. So
Yeah, China.
uh,
To the Empire of the Rising Rice.
I mean, he took him over. He kept him controlled. This rain of poop. Oh, good one, Linux. But no, dude, Dobby, I know you wanted to say something. Come on, let it out, sir.
I'm holding back.
Oh, you're holding back.
For armor, he's wearing cardboard on his head. I literally have curtains that is. Keep that up there, Dragon.
But it's magical cardboard.
I will be right back. I will get a piece
Oh,
of this
no.
cardboard,
Jesus
and
Christ,
we
here we
can
go.
compare. I'll be right back.
Look at the
Dempsey,
size
this
of
is
that
rough.
stomach.
No, this is. Oh God, what is Ryan doing? Oh Jesus Christ. Okay, guys, for comparison, we have the orc wearing a cardboard hood. In a few moments, Ryan is going to bring us a sample of his exquisite cardboard curtains, and to show the comparison of the fact that Rings of Power, while it is expensive, looks extremely cheap. Because of course, there we go. There,
Is
see
it
that.
not the same color, ladies and gentlemen?
What?
It's the same color.
What the fuck is that?
Cardboard on their heads. They put cardboard on their fucking heads. It's the same color.
Now you look like an alley.
Oh Jesus, no, it's messed up.
Well,
dude.
Ryan is just getting ready for the
Can't
Muslim
hear you.
occupation of the UK.
I haven't got my headphones in.
Oh God, oh dude, believe me, it's not a white hood.
Look! It's brown. Now show the picture.
Yeah,
It's the same fucking thing.
it's fucking. Yep, he's a.
Oh my God! It's
It's a ring wraith.
Oh my God! It's Darth Sidious.
it's Middle-earth Darth Sidious. Oh God. Yeah, he's playing the wraith here.
I'm practicing for when I have to turn Muslim.
Oh, Jesus
You'd have to turn into a fucking woman, being 5 foot tall and 100 pounds. Hey yo, what the fuck?
Oh god. Nah, dude. Oh my god.
Orc armor made of paper.
Numenorian
Magic
armor.
paper.
Yeah,
Naturally.
no, Numenorian armor made of higher quality cardboard paper. Jesus.
Taken over, and the orcs are abusing and frightening. Sorry, just got a bit dazzled.
What the fuck is with you?
Neil gives a rousing speech because she essentially needs to get the people on her side. I believe you were there for that speech. Feeling a bit inspired?
I was a little
perhaps?
bit inspired.
As rousing
Very
as fucking
Misty-eyed?
listening to cardboard.
We must go.
Anyway, I convinced the people.
We must
And
attack Mordor, and we must kill our brown cousins. I mean, our enemy.
Join me and this racist elf. I mean Galadriel. Nah.
off to battle we go.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, off to battle.
It's us in our armor and our Numenorian finest on horses.
First off, okay? This
What
armor
kind of
right here.
fucking armor is that?
This armor, Galadriel's armor it's terrible, but at least it's slightly better than this armor. This right here, it's like somebody was trying to mix in, I would say, post-Roman Empire collapse armor, okay? So around 6th to 7th century armor, but also mix in pre-Roman Empire collapse armor, and with ancient Greek, and then just gave up. It's like, fuck it, we'll just throw it all in together and add cardboard to the mix.
Sauron's armies are essentially a collection of minority groups. Orcs, goblins, some inbred fuckers, some pirates, as well as some spiders and trolls and gigantic fucking elephants. It's this massive coalition of minorities that wants to invade the West and take it over. Kind of sounds like a modern day civilization.
But they come from the West. But the thing is, Numenorians come from the West, so that's like, so Numenorians.
Just to answer Dempsey's question, why is she wearing that? Because after her speech, she's gonna cue the music and she's gonna be like, "Sing it with me, brothers."
Fucking hell, this show.
What the fuck is
a
a
guy
M. Night
loves a
Shyamalan?
horse. Yeah.
You don't want to know.
He thinks horses are fantastic and is very comfortable on them.
They're very smart animals. We arrive and we attempt to win the day.
Come on, show me Galadriel doing
exactly get the
stupid shit.
result we were hoping for.
Celebrations happening in Tir Harad that we, captured Adar, and the Numenorians saved the day, and then the volcano happens. And there's an eruption.
Wait, the volcano. Yeah, so allow me to tell you guys how this shit happened. It is the most creative way I've ever heard somebody tell me how they created Mordor. Let's see. Some old man who really believed in Morgoth, or his ancestors did anyway, and Sauron is like, oh, don't worry, Adar. I'll enact your plan for you while you distract the enemy. I'm going to insert this dark sword inside the ruined tower that just collapsed, and when I insert it in, no, wait. And when I insert it in, this thing will turn into a key that will allow the water dam to break, and then the water from the water dam is going to overflow into 3 large ditch holes that somehow your fucking orcs were able to build in secret that lead up to the top of the of the bottom of the volcano that is Mount Doom, and then all that excess water is going to hit the volcano, and then the volcano will just overload from so much steam that it'll just erupt like big explosive eruption, and it'll create this pyroclastic surge where nobody in that village dies. No one, absolutely nobody dies from a pyroclastic surge because Galadriel is there, and like fucking Kratos, she face tanked that motherfucker and like nothing happened, and then she's like, oh god, I'm so weak, what happened? Fuck out of here.
If orcs can turn water into fire, they wouldn't need Sauron to take
I know. Again, all of this stuff I described happens in the show. I am not making shit up.
He's being serious.
Like, this is seriously what happens in the show. Yeah, see, exactly. This is what the show thinks. Do it again, Ryan, please. Just do this.
Rings of power. Put on your seatbelt, folks. Rings of power. For rings.
Someone clip that.
Power.
Oh, yeah, somebody please clip that.
Rings of power.
Rings of
like
narcissistic masturbation is
Do
what
you
it
like
is.
my black microphone? It has served me very well.
Yeah, I'm not even,
Like
no,
most of
no,
them
I
do.
will not. No, I will not go into that.
Whatever you and Atreus get up to behind the scenes, don't mention it.
Please don't
Lives
mention
matter
it.
when they serve.
Please don't mention the sexual tension between you and the black man. Thank you very much, sir. We all trying to do a stream here.
Dirty projectionist.
Yeah, we're trying to be mature professionals. Stop having sex with Atreus.
Shut up, 12-year-old.
Oh, fuck off, big man.
Oh man, this is perfect.
And everything boots off.
Yeah, so there was an ancient plan that
Ancient plan.
Adar
Ancient
had
plan.
made. They have a sword which has been buried. Theo finds it. It changes hands throughout the season, and it ends up with Adar. And there's a brief sort of conflict about trying to get this sword, but Adar has, in secret, given it to his
Have you noticed
trusty sidekick, Waldrake.
You know what? I'm just gonna skip through this because like we don't even know this part. This is fucking stupid, right? So I want y'all to understand something, right? They show these scenes in the interview, but they completely take out the parts that everyone pointed out back in the day that looks stupid. Like especially this part where Adar is running away like on a horse. I'm gonna try to catch it, but yeah. So this scene where Adar is running away on his horse here. That's the scene I showed you guys in the intro, and it is the most goofy way I ever seen somebody stop a pursuit. Like literally, Sauron, bro, decides I'm gonna ride in front of this dude, and the guy's not gonna even try to evade me as he's running straight into me with his horse. And instead of, I don't know, whacking him or swinging my spear or shooting an arrow at his horse, I am just going to trip his horse with my spear by doing a Circus Soleil downward thrust on his horse's legs and hope that I don't fall due to the impact of my spear with this horse's body. Yeah, that's what happens. And then
This
you
is the
wonder.
look of somebody who just had the biggest pile of shit. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. No, seriously, it's
Like, okay, in
what?
Yeah,
I'm back now. My black microphone lost its
God.
black hat.
Gentlemen,
See,
gentlemen.
even black microphones need like female style wigs.
Oh my God.
Have you tried lube?
No, but you have.
Gentlemen, I need to point out something ridiculous. Entertainment Weekly could give less of a fuck about this show because in their chapter title, they say, instead of saying Mordor, they wrote Mordor with an E. Mordor is created. Right here.
They were watching too much Taggart.
They were.
Goodness, Malta going up in Scotland, like.
Mordor? Yeah. Oh, we're going to create Mordor. Yes, Mordor. Yeah, we're going to be talking about Mordor the entire time.
Faster! The ship is murder us!
The show Rings of Power is so bad it's making me sick.
I know, and we're going to make sure you get sick until near death.
We awaken in the rubble of an explosion and volcano. Everyone's
You're
confused
supposed to be dead
and delirious.
I lead us
You lead us into the house
little house
to get people out of safety. And I'm looking around and I can see that the building's about to fall down. I think you're pretty hell-bent on still trying to save more and more people.
I was
trying to be a hero.
Yeah.
I don't know, Dobby. I don't. You know what? I'm gonna just
Like a big Bernie McBurn thing. Volcano erupts. You would be dead, you dumb elf.
Pyroclastic stairs don't hurt me. I just face take it. Like that's literally that. I swear to God.
Oh, you know why he survived?
Miriel is.
I am.
Was that?
He survived because he's black.
No, he is. He's
He's
mixed
the
race.
same color as the volcano. All right, be right
yeah,
back.
yeah, that's right. We gotta make
So
clear.
it's a socially accepted way to escape death is to be the same color as a volcano. Got it.
Yep. So next time you're near an erupting volcano, make sure to paint yourself like Arnold did in Predator to match the color of your deadly volcano. That way you can survive. Oh yeah.
Bear Grylls, move over. Dragonslayer commentaries, we got you covered.
Right, yes. Well, we're going to be talking about this. So whenever you're near a fucking volcano, make sure all you got to do here is paint yourself the color of it, and now you'll be able to avoid even a pyroclastic search. That's it for me. That's literally it.
You know.
But
I was holding up a beam to make sure that Muriel could still get out, and then I could see that the building was collapsing. So Isildur grabs Muriel, throws her out, and then gets buried under the building.
You'd be good.
And
Stop hating black people, Dobby. Racist.
That's not a good survival tactic, mate. Who cares?
a little worse for wear. And it is not until we reconnect.
Oi, who put the fucking filter on?
That we realize and understand that I am blinded.
Who put the piss
You're
filter
dead,
on?
And I'm blind.
Oh,
and she tells me
Jesus.
the news that my son is dead. It's a big day.
I want to make it clear here, just so y'all know, in the lore, these two gentlemen, or Isildur and Elendil, I'm trying to say here, the characters, never set foot into Mordor until the War of the Last Alliance, and that is like in the last 20 some odd years, give or take, of the Second Age, when they do the War of the Last Alliance. Before that, these two characters had never, ever set foot in Mordor. All right? That's all I gotta say.
Hilarious.
Apparently it's funny that Isildur is dead.
Oh, your son's dead.
We are now in a place called Khazad Dûm, a dwarven kingdom that's inside a mountain. Inside Khazad Dûm, we have Prince Durin and Princess Disa.
Give me the meat
We
and
also
give it
have
to me raw.
King Durin as well, who's reigning the throne.
Okay.
Also,
Right.
this is the first time we see speaking a female dwarf.
Yeah.
And this is,
This is so cringe. Buddy, look, I know I saw the first interview you did with this woman. I know you hate the fact that you were picked for this show. Like, you don't have to pretend to like it, buddy. Like, I know you're being held at gunpoint over there to, like, make sure to prop up this first female dwarf to ever exist, even though The Hobbit showed female dwarves first. But, let's forget that. Blink twice if you're in danger, sir.
You've got to keep in mind it's diversity hiring.
Ridiculous
He's the
diversity
fastest
hiring.
ever, most powerful, most productive, most unique, most special, most likely to probably fall down the stairs into a volcano. But don't worry, she's a dwarf. She'll handle it.
Yeah, she'll handle it. They're fire retardant, Literally, they resist fire.
Yeah, they're made of fire and they're retarded.
No, I said fire retardant, so if you ever need to survive a pyroclastic surge, just make sure to put a dwarf in front of you. They'll protect you the entire time.
You know the actor who plays that ginger dwarf, Durin?
Yeah, the one on the left.
Doesn't look like his character.
No, that's pretty good makeup they put on him. Like, he's one of the few... So, him and...
I wish they put that fucking routine on her.
I know, but they don't want to, because then they'll be like, oh my god, like, you are so... What's that?
The Chinese are not going to like her because...
Oh, they're not.
She's kind of...
Replace her with Lizzo and replace him with Jack Black.
God damn it. Jesus Christ. Dude, I'm sorry, but, like, guys, this is absolutely... Hold on, what did she say? She looks like the black equivalent of...
No, she's going to sit there like this.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and we're going to sit here like this. Wankers. Wankers. You're a bunch of wankers.
Meanwhile, right, she'd make a good meat shield.
Can we talk about Demolition Man now?
Oh, you know what? think I've tortured y'all enough for a single day.
Evil,
so
maniacal.
I know.
Dragon.
Dragon cunt commentaries.
Look, I was trying to tell you how you survive when Rings of Power comes out. That's all. But yes,
We've got our
gentlemen.
survival tool. She's an overweight. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, you're jealous of people who are fat, aren't you, Dobby?
He's jealous of people who are well fed.
Dobby, could you look out the window, please?
No.
Oh my god.
Well, go on, turn your head for us, please.
What?
Come on.
You are so perverted.
Oh my god, there's a George Floyd behind you. Trying to rob you. He's trying to get into the store.
What the? Oh, no.
I want Dobby to turn his head so I can see the massive bald spots on his fucking head.
Oh, shut up, you over...
I'm gonna come to the overflow room.
Oh man. Well, yeah, gentlemen, let's actually get into the this interesting topic regarding Demolition Man. You know, when I used to watch that movie back in the day, I always thought, you know, how awesome it was in general, like, you know, the action set pieces and Sylvester Stallone just being Sylvester Stallone, you know, but in a good, but 90s Sylvester Stallone, which at the time is when he was really good, when he got really good with his acting and being able to just make people enjoy the crap out of whatever they were watching. Even if it was a mediocre movie, people still enjoyed it because he was in it, right?
Hey, what am I doing in the future?
Hey, what am I doing, man? Oh, okay. Phoenix! Oh, man, I love that movie. But one thing I want to talk about is something very profound. Was that?
Taco Bell, El Cuero Taco Bello.
Oh, God, no. If Taco Bell is the only thing that survives the franchise wars, please kill me. I will not eat that poison.
Here. If anybody needs them, I do have seashells.
Do you know how to use the seashells?
Seashells on by the seashore.
It's my impression of Sylvester Stallone.
Rat burgers. Yeah. Oh, my God. Esta carne es de rata. Rat burger, huh?
Well, it's very interesting in regards to Demolition Man. It had a solid cast of characters.
Yes.
It had a solid story from my perspective. And it was essentially an 80s action movie in the early 1990s. In this case, it was released in 1993. The three main stars of the film, Sylvester Stallone, Wesley Snipes, both fine actors, even finer today. And there was also a veteran actor there by the name of Nigel Hawthorne, who was one of the antagonists of the film, Dr. Cocteau. And his personal experience with the film was he couldn't stand it. I think
really?
He did not have a good time filming Demolition Man, mainly because I think, from my perspective, the film was a bit too beneath a man of his
believe
caliber.
So. Yeah.
Plus, I think he took on the project so that he could get a big payday, so he could finance a passion project he wanted to do. So in a sense, he did it mostly for the money, but he was one of the best actors in that film. But it was very surprising when I first watched Demolition Man that Sir Humphrey Appleby of Yes Minister and Yes Prime Minister was the pseudo lord of the future.
Yeah. And you know, I have to agree with Brett on this. Yes, Sandra Bullock is still easy on the eyes. A little bit more is cosmetic surgery, but not so bad that it ruins the appearance. But yes, you're correct, Brett.
Nigel Hawthorne always just plays himself because that's the character that he loves to do. Kind of loves that whole kind of, I'm going to be a politician.
Well, he played a civil servant, Dobby, but he had to go abroad. He had to go to the United States. He had to film all these scenes. So he was out of his element in that regard. The fact that this was a Hollywood production, the fact that by the time of 1993, the concept of the 80s action movie was seen as a bit out of date. Of course, we're dying for it now in 2024, but back in the early to mid 1990s. It's kind of like Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was like a super great star in the 80s. People kind of had enough of him in the early 90s, so he had to reinvent his character to have another peak of popularity in the late 90s and early 2000s. It's the same in regards to the 80s style action film, which is why, one of the reasons why Demolition Man didn't do very well, because it was basically the right film at the wrong time.
Yeah,
and the market was oversaturated with like different action movies because it was like the big thing. Hey, we're Hollywood. We're just going to pump out more of this genre.
And the biggest thing we give this film praise for was considered laughable.
Yeah.
For the time. I mean, 1993, the beginning of America in the hyperpower years from 1991 with the fall of the Soviet Union until 2001 with 9/11. That 10-year period, for the most part, was America as a hyperpower. No one could touch them. No one could challenge them. So no one could really undermine, the Constitution, all of the amendments at the time, and the two that we all know. First Amendment and the Second Amendment are as American as it gets. So the premise of a post-hyperpower America where everyone is strong by being weak, that's not going to resonate with people. And it didn't.
No, it's interesting you say that because it's like the movie predicted based off of the trends that they were seeing at the time that there could be a possibility of a future where things get to this extreme. And really quick before I keep going with this, Dempsey, basically I tortured Ryan and Dobby for almost half the runtime of that interview, and at a certain point they were begging me to stop torturing them, so I said, okay, fine, let's talk about Demolition Man so that your broken spirits can be renewed again. So that's what we're doing right now. In terms of the movie itself, it's a really amazing movie. Not only because of the action set pieces, but just because of a very obvious but also very subtle messaging, which is the fact that
the police state, the over-the-top policing of
exactly ridiculous police state, like to the point where the population at this point has been reined in since birth to obey the system and never defy it. And if they do defy it, they basically get exiled to the underworld, which I find to be ironic.
Well, at least they weren't fucking replaced by stupid, violent people.
True. Well, yeah, but the thing
come from the land of the sand.
Yeah. And it's even interesting. People forget this, but the only reason Cocteau is obsessed, and I'm going to try to find that scene, is somewhere here. It's somewhere near the end. Yeah,
where he gets shot dead.
Yeah, so Cocteau here, right? He ends up getting shot. I can probably show like a few seconds. That's about as far as I can go. Yeah. Well, yeah.
There's only ever gonna be one blade.
Yeah, exactly.
Bob Iger.
Fucking hell yeah. But Cocteau ends up getting shot, but the funny part about Cocteau is that his motivation started out like a lot of these crazy activists who have no clue what they're doing. It started out as a pure sentiment, right? Because Cocteau tells John Spartan, Sylvester Stallone's character, that he came from his time, and when he was young, he noticed that the world went into so much shit and disorder that there was a literal war that caused a lot of death and destruction. And out of that desire to avoid such a thing from happening again, his idea was that we should take everything away, the state should take everything away, control it all, and basically mind control everyone into believing that being peaceful in a very sedentary, like livestock format, I think is better description, it's the best way.
Yeah, it's weaponized weakness.
It is weaponized.
Demolition Man is one of the few films in which I've ever seen weaponized weakness as a concept.
Yeah.
And I think it's executed very well, because in Cocteau's society, the weaker you are and the less based you are in humanity and in physical reality, the more
and submissive,
and that too, the more seniority you get in his society, which is a mix between a command and control economy and a sterile, woke society that's full of political correctness. Because in the 90s, political correctness was a brand new thing. And to me, it's one of the 3 steps of woke ideology: political correctness, which we see in Cocteau's Utopia; social justice, which is, weaponized victimhood to a T. Then you've got identity politics, which you don't really see here. But that is the 3rd component.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show that arrogance ensured that society's undoing.
Mm-hmm. And the best part of it all, right? So there is... Okay, so this part right here, Lord, let me try to see if I can catch it. Okay, so it's going to be... I can only show so much. The only reason I know is because when I review this film, it's Warner Brothers, so I got to be quick about it. So this part right here, right? Right there. So the funny part of finding out about this, right, is that even in this perfect world, there is no such thing as perfect, because I think that's one thing this movie's trying to point out, right? At least in human society, there is only very good positive stability, but never is there going to be like this utter perfection, because that would require everyone to be 100% conforming in both mind, spirit, and soul to everything, like a hive mind, so to speak. Things can only be this perfect, this idyllic perfect, if everyone was a hive mind, right? Yeah. And every human being, as we all know, is already quite unique just based off of their heritage, but now as individuals, they're even more complicated. So it's
kind of like they're digging at Banksy as well.
Yeah.
Like the different graffiti and stuff. Like every time Banksy now does something, somebody steals it within seconds.
Yeah. But I mean, one of the complaints, right? So look about the movie itself. I mean, you guys probably agree with me on this, but the movie warns against too much centralization. I mean, when you think about it, even the fucking restaurant chain that exists is Taco Bell, and I think another one. But mostly they point out Taco Bell. Why? Because, let's be honest here. Okay, guys, sorry. Unpopular opinion here, but Taco Bell is just like poison sludge given to people as food. And I mean, yeah. And then all of a sudden in this time period, that poison sludge is now presented as gourmet because, you know what? That's all everyone has ever been taught in that universe to know. Okay? And when that's all you've been raised into doing, no surprise, you're going to be afraid of new things, or you're going to think that the things you never knew about are just bad right off the bat. And you can see that happening today. Like, even mostly we see it, at least in our space, right? We see it mostly with how our movies and TV shows have this obsession, even games have this obsession with just putting in a lot of identity politics into every single aspect of their product, even if that makes absolutely no sense in the context of the universe or the plot of the movie in question at all. And then on top of that, in real life at least, we see it happening in, well, the most recent example that I know Dobby wanted to talk about was in the Olympics. You know, we literally have this obvious dude who's pretending to be a woman just completely destroy the female opponent in what, like 46 seconds? And then
that situation's very ironic, Dragon, because Russia, that's not allowed in the Olympics because of present circumstances, as of the making of this live stream, a Russian female boxer managed to beat that fucker.
Yeah.
Finally. Okay. Thank God.
Well, not finally, in the last fucking Olympics.
Oh, in the last.
A woman,
and she's offered to do it.
A biological Russian woman beating the shit out of a tranny demon. Just goes to show that they're built different in Russia, man.
No, but I mean that's called the struggle games.
I think you mean yes, not no.
Yeah. No, I mean like this is
no. You mean yes.
No, and fucking Cocteau, I will not give in.
See, look, he has this little like tick or something where he says,
no, yes, what is it? Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes.
Now he's speaking in fucking binary code to piss off the non-binary people.
What was so stupid about this guy is he's from Algeria. If he's a woman, well, first of all, you wouldn't be walking around without a hijab. And secondly, why are you allowing men to touch you if you are a Muslim woman?
Dobby, I think you really underestimate the fact that the ideology that we're facing can penetrate any society, any culture, corrupt it, and infest it.
It's worse than an STD.
It is.
That's why even if the Western world is overrun with foreigners, they're going to be corrupted by woke ideology the same way we are.
Yeah, eventually. Eventually, if nothing is done about it, I will say this, because now, thankfully, these people, just like in the movie, ironically enough speaking, just like in the movie, in the real world, that's not how people function. Eventually, yes, things may go on with crazy ideologies, crazy systems for a certain amount of time. Might be decades, might be months, might be centuries. But at a certain point, people just wake up and rise up to defy what is an unnatural order. We see it happening in the movie, especially near the end. I would say near the halfway point.
That's because there was an organized opposition to it. The problem
That's true.
we face today is that there's no organization because it's done in a digital realm, which is incredibly easy to track, despite the fact the internet was not designed to track because of its sheer size and scale. That's why I compare this woke ideology with Reaper indoctrination. At the end of the Reaper War, when the Protheans destroyed the Reapers, what did the Reapers do to the indoctrinated? They left them. The Reapers had done their job. They had wiped out all higher civilization. They then fucked off back to dark space, and all the people who were still alive that were indoctrinated by their ideology died of exposure or starvation.
Well, yeah,
which is what I think. If we lose this culture war, folks, I think that will happen. The people who are truly behind this will fuck off back to dark space, and everyone still indoctrinated will either die of exposure or starvation.
I don't even think they're gonna go back into dark space. They'll just simply go back to I'll call
their
it
dimension.
No, they'll go back to what I like to call the Dark Throne, where basically they'll be trying to direct everything for as long as possible. And by the way, I mean, for all of you watching, let's be honest here, it's at this point, there's not even conspiracy theory because these people have been out here in the open for the last...
Well, in many other ways, it's kind of like population control. You wipe out one part of society, you indoctrinate another part.
Yeah.
You stop kids from actually developing using puberty blockers, and you call it in the name of science.
Well, something about this movement is deeply anti-human, which leads me to believe we're dealing with fucking aliens
or demons.
I mean,
same thing.
Honestly, it doesn't even. It could be, but at the same time, like with everything that's going on, without going too much into like the spiritual side, as I would normally do in Coach's streams, there is like this war that's being fought for. Basically, some people say the soul of humanity. It's like a war that's been long waged, and now it's reaching its breaking point. And in short, bad guys are losing. Bad guys are losing, but they're trying their hardest to like take as many with them as possible for they.
Coach is a fucking alien dragon.
Oh, I'm sure he is, but he must be a good one, goddammit, because I don't even know, because that guy at least gives a fuck about humanity like we do. And yes, the word is definitely eugenics.
No, the bird is the word. Bird. Bird's a word. Bird. Bird's a word. Bird. And a bird is a word.
There we go.
About the bird? Well, everybody knows that the bird is the word.
Oh, goodness. The cardboard bird. Oh,
What
Jesus.
the fuck?
Is wrong with Darby's cancer?
Many things. I'm still alive for one of them.
The
Yeah.
aliens haven't killed him yet.
No, he's got high tolerance to alien intervention. But, oh, goodness. No, one of the things I find very fascinating is the fact that all these systems, whenever they're confronted, so all these systems try to get rid of the things that could severely hinder them, right? Like people like us, suppress us, make sure that we have absolutely no voice or no platform, I should say, to speak on what we say. And if we do have a platform, they keep those heavily moderated and in surveillance to make sure that whenever one of them slips up, boom, instant suppression. But what happens is, as I'm noticing anyway, is that every time they try to take someone like us down or a platform similar to us down, they just come back up they come crawling back like a cockroach. Like it's and I'm saying this in a good way. I guess the more legendary way of saying it would be like a phoenix. We're just rising from the ashes every single time they try to destroy us, because we're the inevitable, which is that people want freedom from these systems.
Well, thankfully, we've been seeing this organically, but usually when prominent creators get purged, a new generation rises to fill the void, and it's mostly made up of passionate viewers who enjoyed that deplatformed content creator or hub of content creation, and then are inspired to start their own creator journeys. Thankfully, that has worked organically across the past 2 generations, at least, of content creation, considering it's been around for nearly 2 decades. A decade is a generation from that perspective. But if that did not happen organically, it would certainly need to happen synthetically, which is why I am all in favor of everyone who watches what I do in starting their own creator journeys. The fact I haven't been purged is a goddamn miracle. Maybe it's the nose.
It is.
Go on, Dobby. Go on.
I grew up with Kevin Mitchnick doing what he did, and everybody was like all chasing him down. But now he's seen as, he was right with everything that he said.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Oh, he was
25.
a guy that called the security issues to ATM machines way back in time, and he got himself into some serious shit for that.
What's an ATM machine?
Cash machine.
Cash machine.
He was
I've never
able
used
to,
one of those.
You know, you put in your debit card in to get
what?
money out in cash. A debit, Ryan.
He's only 25. Give him a break.
I'm 26. I know what a fucking ATM is. What do you mean?
Yeah, you've robbed plenty of them, Dragon.
Oh,
what? No, you didn't. I'm Cuban, bro. I don't rob. That's the Mexicans. God damn it, man.
You're
Come
all
on.
Spanish to me.
Oh my God. This
just in case the British police are currently watching, he's in Wales.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
Plausible deniability.
Hey, just for a frame of reference, everyone who's been arrested has been English.
That's true. Well,
I'm not English. I rescinded my citizenship.
That's not technically allowed.
I just did, so hi.
I guess
that's
they
like
are.
saying a man, I'm suddenly a woman now. Oh,
if a boxer can do it and get away with it and get a gold medal.
I mean, that's true.
If Sam Smith can pull off being whatever the fuck he is, then it's possible.
Obese.
Literally obese. But one of the things I find fascinating about the movie is just the fact that when this world is confronted with Simon Phoenix's extreme violence, they have absolutely no way in their entire arsenal to even be able to suppress it at all, right? So, in fact, it gets so bad that they have to pull out what they think is like his law side equivalent of a mythical monster in order to catch another monster, right? That's how they think about their ancestors. And I think it's very interesting that they pointed this out, because this is like a society that severely despises its past history. Like, it wants to pretend that its past history did not occur to create the current terrible society that they're in right now, because it would require them to do some deep introspection about the fact that maybe their perfect society isn't perfect at all if it was built off the backs of thousands of dead people in a war that's long gone, right?
Pretty much like America, then.
Yes, unfortunately. That is America.
If you think about it, right? I mean, America's history is one of warfare, racism, and bloodshed, but yet every single generation is kind of built on the generation before it.
Yeah. Well, and states' rights, I should say. So the thing is the whole reason the Civil War occurred in the first place, like if we actually look deep into it, one of the main genuine reasons why they started this war was mostly an economic one. So what happened is the Union side was very adamant with their, at the time, considered activism to basically tell the South, hey, the federal government's telling you, the southern states who have never been bothered by the federal government until now, to let go, free all your slaves, basically make your economies go down in the tank immediately, and they never provided them with any logical, solution to the problem once they released the slaves. Because the funny part is, this was, I believe, like 2 decades before the cotton gin even came out, right? So, because at the time in the South, the cotton in general was the biggest economic implement or product that the South could bring. They could import and export, right?
They could have just easily done what the British Empire did, free them all, we'll compensate you. No 19th or 18th century of World War One in an imperial civil war. But no, one man's ego led to the deaths of 600,000 Americans, and that man's ego was, of course, Abraham Lincoln, your great American hero, who's the greatest mass murderer of Americans in human history.
It is insane you say that.
So you wonder why he got assassinated.
Yeah, so you're right. You're on the right track, right? You're on the right track, and hold on, Americans. I know some of y'all know your history.
Keep an open mind. Dixieland will provide it to you.
Well, and by the way, I need to make a correction. So I'm not talking about the cotton gin. I believe it was like one of the first. I forget the exact name of it, but it was more of the development of a more efficient machine that would allow for a single person to be able to pick up thousands of pounds worth of cotton in a very short time, right? And this machine eventually became developed like a few decades after, okay? And my thought would have been, well, if the Union hadn't so strictly threatened the South into giving up their economic ability to survive, if they had provided them with an alternative, believe it or not, slavery would have probably ended in a very peaceful note, and racism would have actually just, in America at least, most of the racism in America that had its pivotal moment in the 1960s would have actually vanished quite organically and very quickly, because like every single, like all human beings, when you provide someone with an alternative solution to a problem and it's better than what they're using, then of course they're going to abandon whatever method they were using in the first place and choose the better option. But if you don't provide a human being with an alternative option, you just say, stop it, or I'll make you. Well, that's fighting words.
I can solve racism very easily. We will give all non-European people 70% of planet Earth, while we European people will only be on 30% of planet Earth. So I think that's a very good arrangement. We get 30%, they get 70% of planet Earth. We will all live on the land, and they will all live in the sea.
So basically, this is the British government right now.
Stop right there, criminal scum. Nobody breaks the law on my watch.
Here's
ironically,
really interesting.
I know it's very interesting. Yeah, we can end racism tomorrow if they all just, to quote Will of the Fans, get in the sea.
The current Republican and Democratic Party were reversed before Lincoln died.
Yes,
so
that is true.
If you were Republican today, you would actually be Democratic, and if you're Democratic,
None of this party switch bullshit.
No, they did.
It did.
They did.
That's what got Lincoln killed.
I am suddenly. Oh, I was a Republican for 10 fucking years.
Basically,
Suddenly, I become a Democrat.
I mean, it is that right.
After the
Unfortunately,
war
that's the
ended,
truth. That was the
Lincoln
truth.
decided to change the way the parties would operate. So he
Yeah.
reversed, he kind of was reversing how politics was going to be done to solidify that the president would have the winning voting ability. So that's the reason why the parties got swapped once and then got swapped again. But that's also one of the reasons it got him killed.
Another reason why Americans are stupid bastards. Your entire political establishment can just change on its head at a moment's notice. Oh,
I mean-
the Labour Party suddenly now the Labour Party suddenly wants to cut taxes and decrease regulation. While the Conservative Party, they want to nationalize everything, including your pocket watch. Does that sound sane to you, folks?
No.
No, but I mean,
Which
that's
is why
the
I
rest of the
call
world, too.
which is why I call bullshit on the whole concept of a party switch.
Yeah. No, it is. It is complete. It is complete BS. But interestingly enough, that you talk about,
The reason they wouldn't arrest this guy was because he's black.
Not even that. They just can't fucking fight. Where's that scene where they're like, oh, there we go. So this part right here. Yeah. Yeah. So
Britain in 2024,
literally,
or the United States in 2020. Remember,
Literally,
it
that's how
happened
it
in your
was.
country first.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys had some weird fuckery before we did, but yeah, you're right. At this point, we're not even playing tag. We're more like, okay, who's getting beaten up by their dad first, you or me? Like that's how it feels. That's how the U.S. and the UK feel like right now. So right now, UK is getting beat on hard, while the U.S. is having a fight with some like raiders, which we call the opposition. And we're over here like, hopefully we get out of our predicament, and hopefully you get out of your predicament, because right now we can't at all do anything about a situation. And see, here's the thing, right? Lizard,
And then we talk about the cloud.
Yeah.
Because it's in the cloud, and the cloud does this. And I'm Kamala Harris, and the cloud does this.
Yeah, that's Kamala in a nutshell. And even better, this is what I like this comment from Linux, because I'll tell you this. Okay, so he says, I would like to just play games and live with my family. Here's the crazy part. But see, that's what a lot of us want to do, or at least something of that fashion want to do with our daily lives. Just enjoy them however much we can, work our butts off to improve our family situation, our individual lives. But instead, what we are getting right now is a bunch of crazy activists who, most of them, are fatherless or severely brainwashed into believing hogwash. And now we have to fight against all these crazy people in order to just be able to reacquire again the right for us to just live our lives in peace. And even with Stallone in Demolition Man, which I find this ironic, Stallone is a good representation of us in the current day, right? Yeah. Now, unlike him, basically for the longest time, the world of the 90s before, like, he got thrown in the freezer, that was our world. Pretty normal. Yes, yeah, get in the freezer, man. But like I said, that was the Stallone in the 90s when they start the movie is our world before things changed, right? We knew what was going on. Yes, we knew there was some bad stuff happening, but at least we had some inkling of sense of, okay, there's some structure to this, and if we want to change something, we go this direction and we'll eventually get it done, right? And people were more aware of what was going on. Now, it's like this world where Stallone, like us, can't figure out what's going on half the time, and they feel like they're in this fever dream where they don't, where you're always thinking to yourself, Jesus, what else is gone? And how can I even get out of this alive? Because sometimes it feels like, I don't know, maybe, I know definitely for Ryan, it might be a little bit more, it definitely feels that way, but it feels sometimes like as if you say one thing, you have like 200 random people that come out of the ether, all crazy, saying, you are wrong, you're a bigot, you're all of this, right? And you deserve to die the worst of deaths for simply stating your opinion if you don't agree with the hive mind. You know, I mean, that's how it feels in America sometimes. Like, at least online. I mean, in person, it depends on where you live in the states. Most states are like mine, where it's pretty balanced, what people think. But some of those extreme blue states and the extreme...
It's about this hive mind mentality where, like, you have to be a part of the system. You have to think like everybody else. You have to vote like everybody else. Oh my gosh, now we have to... I mean, if you're in a blue state, and I hate getting political, but here we go. I just hate it. But like now parents are being forced to do shit with that. I mean, to kind of force their kids into taking all these puberty blockers and all of this. And they're not nobody in these blue states are thinking that they're just doing things on a hive mind thing. And this is why this country is in the state that it is.
I wish that were true, Dobby, because then the solution to the problem would be very, very simple. Because that's exactly how the Second World worked, when half the planet was under the control of the hammer and the sickle. And it came crumbling down when that central authority collapsed in on itself. The hive mind from the top down collapsed, and everyone just did what they wanted. We don't have that system.
Oh, we do here.
Unfortunately, the United States is living proof that it's a bottom-up system. Yeah. Those states, especially the blue states, created that situation for themselves from the bottom up, not from the top down. In the same way that the red states are the way they are, because they are bottom-up initiatives. And the Democrats and the Republicans have been around for centuries, and they have grown political movements from the bottom up, even if it looks like the demon rat structure is from the top down. Without those folks on the ground spreading the message and appealing to those who have been there and done it for decades, generations, without that bottom-up mentality, that system would not exist. That is why getting rid of this ideology is going to be so difficult, because it can't be a top-down executive order, because it will be met with a lot of resistance from the bottom up.
Definitely. Yeah. And the question will be how this is all going to turn out in general. And, you know, God, man, we could definitely go on talk about this even more, you know, on Ryan's political channel. I know he has it.
I personally think that trust is very important. You need,
it is.
In the Western world, you need a high trust society for it to function.
In general.
Not just prosper. Well, the third world functions without a high trust society. It doesn't function very well, but it does function. There is civilization there. And they don't need a high trust society.
I do want to say one thing really quick. I want to say one thing real quick. So at least in the third world, because I lived in one of those, the trust is definitely very weak when it comes to the government structure. But instead, that trust is found more at the deeper community levels, I would say, like individual community levels. Like there's trust amongst the people, but there is absolutely no trust amongst the people and their governments. Like
so
that's
so we're more fucked than the third world then, because people don't trust each other and they don't trust the authorities.
Yeah, so in the third world, I would say, because the people trust each other, the opposition that they constantly have to face is their own government. You see this all the time with, especially in Mexico, like Jesus Christ. Every time I go to Mexico...
That's not a third world country.
No, it is now.
It's a second world country led by a Jewish woman who will turn it into a third world country, but it's not a third world country yet.
But even so, dude, I lived there. I can tell you how it was, okay? Even then, even back in the day when things were a little bit better in the early 2000s, it wasn't that good either. The reason for it is because, at least in Latin America, I can say this. I don't know about Asian countries, but in Latin America, I can at least say that the main issue that all of them have is the drug cartels. These drug cartels have acquired so much power that they've been able to infect the government power structures themselves and have multiple very powerful politicians, both public and not public, in their payroll because of mostly blackmail, right? Or they're doing illicit business. And due to that, the people cannot efficiently trust their own government to solve shit for them. There's actually even villages in Mexico and in parts of Latin America that their government is literally the village government, and they have the protection of the cartels. Like, the cartels apparently protect them better than their own government from potential threats. That is how bad things have gotten over there. That's why I call it at this point a third world country. And our issue, at least in the first world, in the US and the UK, is that there are people that completely trust the government blindly or don't trust them at all. But then the commonality between these two groups is that the people don't trust each other, period. So that is the problem, because the people have been so divided to the point where it's no surprise that birth rates are declining worldwide, but especially in the first world countries. Why? Because if people kind of trust each other, okay, because there are systems set in place that disbenefit people, right? Then why the fuck would they get married in a time of intense instability and give birth to children that will probably have to live in worse times?
There's a great correlation between birth rates and status for countries between first world, second world, and third world. If you're a first world country, your population is below replacement levels, like below 2.0. If you're a second world country, it's between 2 to about 4. And if you're a third world country, it's over fucking 4. The correlation between those is insane, which brings up a contradiction. Third world countries are economic shitholes with no money in them, while first world countries are some of the most advanced economies on planet Earth. And there's variations between the two with the second world, which just goes to show, you want to save your civilization from population collapse? How about a Great Depression? How about mass poverty? And how about a starvation or two?
We're getting close with that, with all the bullshit going on with our economy here. Like the high inflation, the fact that nobody wants to give a shit about the American people to begin with. I mean, let's just be honest. Politicians don't have our...
Sounds like a Demolition Man to me, Darby.
I mean, it is. And you know what's crazy, Darby, is also people have been taught since, at least, I would say the 90s. I would say the 90s is when this skyrocketed, right? But ever since the 90s, a lot of generations have been taught the entire time to be heavily narcissistic and to scoff at the idea of community building. Okay? Yeah. Like, unless you were raised in the South or Midwest in communities where this sort of thing is a distant concept, most of the population, believe it or not, is concentrated on the big city centers like New York City, LA, and Miami, for example, Austin as well, and Houston. But what I find ironic is that in America, and me and Coach mentioned this many times, in America is a huge country. It's about the size of Western Europe. And
it's literally the size of Europe.
It is.
Moscow to Lisbon is literally New York to Los Angeles.
Yeah, and the craziest part of it all is there is enough land mass that with enough manpower in development, you can create housing for the entire population and still have surplus land to not only act as nature preserves, but also just as future build plots for future generations. Now, why is it that people are not trying to move along to these places? Well, because the private companies do not want to fucking push any business endeavors to these areas, these rural areas, because they feel like it's not worth it. But that's these companies being lazy and relying on the most easy to make money model without thinking about expansion.
Yeah, it's the 20th century mindset to a T. United Kingdom has close to 70 million people living on, well, the main island, and of course you add in Northern Ireland as well. It's about the size of Alabama in terms of raw size, and 70 million people live there. Now California, I think, only has a population of 26 million.
I can check for you real quick.
And it's one of the biggest states in terms of population. Of course, New York used to be very, very big. New York City was one of the first, mega cities, for goodness sake.
39 million for
how many?
For California, 39 million.
Oh,
but
it's gone up since my last
well,
check.
it probably diminished because of the fact that people were moving out of California. So this might be after a lot of people left. Probably would have been more, but
Well,
surprise.
The point still stands, though. The biggest state in the U.S. by population is about 60% of that of the population of the United Kingdom, which is about the size of Alabama. Imagine if every U.S. state was that full of people. You'd have 3 times the fucking population.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you raised your population to be irresponsible, and this is a problem that's common. So this is a problem that's common in the West mostly. Like in the East, it's more like you've raised your population to be so, I would say,
disciplined they self-delete themselves, like in Japan and South Korea.
So mostly is that, yes. That's true.
The suicide rate of young people is higher in South Korea than North Korea.
Yeah.
That's fucking saying something.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's no surprise because in North Korea they would never report the numbers to begin with, and they would probably make sure that people had no chance. Because they all go off to the
military and have a disciplined military lifestyle, whereas in South Korea they all get educated to the point where they get so stressed out that if they fail, they do themselves in.
Well, in South Korea, they do also make young men take, I think it's like 2 or 3 years, the military service. Someone correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. But yeah, it's mostly like provisional military service training in case something happens. But even so, I just find it interesting, like the contrast, right? On one side of the world, you have a society that is just heavily irresponsible and narcissistic, and on the other, you have one that's way too dedicated and loyal to the point where they don't know how to live. And then you have these government structures that basically keep these vicious loops going to the point where people did not realize they were being played at with their freedoms until shit blew up.
They're too irresponsible in the West. They're too disciplined in the East, and they're too inbred in the center of the world, which is the Middle East, to actually do anything.
No, the Middle East is just violent, period. At least in most parts, because due to, ironically, constant generational turf wars and poverty, honestly.
Of course, we all know Israel is the greatest country on planet Earth with the greatest population who could never do any wrong in any way, shape, or form. But the rest of the Middle East is just it's like if Mos Eisley was a continent. It's just a hive of scum and villainy. But on that note, let's move to the conclusion.
No, definitely.
We have never seen before such a hive of villainy and scum in the universe.
That's perfect. But no, yes, guys, I do want to say this has been a very good stream. Again, I do want to make the announcement. At least it'll be going on a temporary hiatus. I got some things happening in real life that are going to prevent me from streaming often, but there will be videos I'll be working on and releasing consistently, and I will be on both Coach's stream, as usual, every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ryan, whenever he wants me to come over, I will always be there, of course. And Dobby as well, but it would have to be like after after 5 p.m. EST. But even so, my presence will still be known and there, you know? And one interesting quote from Lizard here. Yes, you cannot speak wrong toward a tyrant lest you lose your tongue. That is true. But if someone does not speak up, then when is righteousness going to ever set foot? But that's, yeah, see? And, like, guys, again, amazing stream, really. I got no words. I think it was pretty awesome. Sorry for torturing you guys, Rings of Power, but, like, I couldn't endure that by myself.
You are a cruel, twisted dragon.
Cruel, twisted? What the fuck are you doing, Ryan?
Give me rice now for reward. I want my rice now. Give me my rice for reward, Dragonslayer.
I'm gonna clip this.
Oh, I'm gonna clip this shit so hard.
If you clip this, I say it deepfake. Ha 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 ha. Can't get me.
Oh my god, yeah, I'm clipping that so hard.
You haven't clipped me laughing for like 30 seconds.
I am gonna do that actually. I just haven't found time, but don't worry, I did not forget.
Good
I will use it.
Hasn't got enough time.
Oh, I will use your freaking thing. I will use.
And I'm gonna remind him.
Oh yes.
I will use your freaking thing.
Would you like to have fried rice with that order?
Oh, and do check out Saturday. And do check out Saturday
Yes,
Night
definitely.
Hypnosis tonight. Our special guest is Yellow Flash. I'll be able to ask him to his profile picture whether or not he's black. So there we go.
Oh my god, this is gonna be.
Christ.
I won't
know.
have enough time. He'll only be on for an hour. But Atreus will also be on, and he's so dedicated to the show that he actually rejected fucking a woman to be on the show.
That is insane.
Unless
I'm
he was
so
gonna do it
shocked.
live.
I am so shocked that the loyalty on this man is
All
insane.
that fucking money for nothing that
I
I
mean-
paid that woman.
He gets his
Dude.
chicks for free.
Oh man. Dude, I am sorry, but like that is damn bros before hoes, they really do say. That's taken to the
As
T.
Atreus goes, he knows hoes.
Yeah, I better
mean,
get
he's in,
my money
he's in
back.
Atlanta. I'm not
I better
surprised.
get my money back from that fucking bitch. Try to bribe her to get Atreus away from the show.
Oh my god.
55 years of money saved up for nothing.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Epic fail.
Well, everyone, right before you go, please do make sure to do this, what you're going to see on screen right now, if you really enjoyed the show. Yes, that's the clip with the actual sound effects.
Be sure to smack a bitch for the show.
Exactly. Smack that like, share, and subscribe bitches all over the place, because we all know if you really like a YouTube video, you gotta smack that fucking like bitch.
I said, Lizard, smack a bitch for the show.
Oh man. But yes, guys, again, remember the Ten King podcast is not over. It's simply going on a hibernation point, as I call it, but it will most definitely return. Be on the lookout for that, as I will announce that on the community tab and also on Twitter. Okay? I will make sure to do that, but it will return. Do not fret.
And check me out next Saturday for reality-based Tangent Kings with me and Dobby and whatever guests I can find as I take over another show.
Oh, yes, sure.
Yeah,
But
and I just happened to volunteer. So yeah,
I just happened to
me and Ryan
volunteer.
will see you then.
Yeah, same time, same day, this time next week, and I'm sure I can find another regular.
Yeah. Subscribe,
bitches.
Subscribe, bud. You better subscribe now, boy. You better do it. Other than that,
Get
guys.
some corn, mister. You want some corn? I make my own biscuits just for you, son.
God damn it, man. I didn't want to talk about this, but yes, I can make my own biscuits. Fucking hell, bastard. Anyway, y'all, have a good one. And remember, stay safe, healthy, keep your spirits up. I know the situation's kind of shitty, but we're gonna all make it. Just stay strong.
Wakanda forever.
Exactly, Wakanda forever, and Namaria, friends.
And now for something completely different.
What are stories but mystery boxes? There's a...
What a load of shit.
You wanna play games? Okay. I'll play with you. Say hello to my little friend!
Damn!
Oh no, I ain't messing with you. Oh no.
Until next time, I'm a British person. Good night.
What? You want more?
It's okay. We know.